Hey everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today we are only about, what, 4 days away from the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and in preparation for that, I want to watch the second official trailer that came out just today, and I want to kind of read some of the reactions that people on Twitter have given. They're not reviews. I don't think the embargo drops until maybe tomorrow, I believe. But people have been giving their initial reactions of the thing for people who have seen it early. So we're going to go ahead and play the trailer. We're going to react to that together. And then, yeah, we'll do this thing. Alright, so here we go. And I'm expecting a lot of this footage to be stuff that we've already kind of seen in other trailers. But there might be a couple new things, so let's go ahead and see.
So begins the end for Darkseid.
I've never seen a being this strong. Maybe one.
Okay. So that scene still happens. Alright. I wonder if it plays out very differently.
I spent a lot of time trying to divide us. I made a promise to him on his grave.
This is new dialogue here.
I need to bring us together. There are enemies coming from far away.
They serve an old power.
Yeah, a lot of this, like, it feels like...
This world is divided. No
That-
protectors.
Okay, I'm excited for this. Oh, Green Lantern.
No
What?
plutonium. It will fall in his name.
So we're getting a lot of Darkseid here.
I have turned worlds to dust.
Now I'm imagining that's...
All of existence shall be
There he is.
mine.
That's like a hollow, you know, communication technology.
I have a
This black
second
suit.
chance. I am not gonna waste it.
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
Fighting the devil and his army. You know,
Whoa. Okay, what?
I don't care how many demons he's fought and how many hells. He's never fought us united.
That's awesome.
It's time to stand, fight. The time is now.
Whoa, what was... Okay. I think that might be it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll pause on that. Okay. So actually, a few things to unpack there. We got the voice of Darkseid in this one, which I think we might have gotten in one little teaser before, but not like a full trailer. So that's pretty cool. So we're actually hearing Darkseid talk. And my big concern, the thing that I'm most worried about this is that it's, you know, although we know that there's like a whole bunch of new footage that no one's ever seen before, and there's even more footage added on top of that, I'm kind of worried that when you come down to it, it's essentially going to be the same movie with just different scenes and different dialogue and different shots. But we did see one thing, at least, that like heavily kind of changes my idea on that, if I can find it. Actually, there's like two things here. One, we saw what looked like Martha Kent with red eyes. That has to be some kind of dream sequence or something. We get another good look at the Green Lantern of ancient times. It looks like some sort of monkey type guy. Let's see if we can actually... We'll start her about right here.
This world is divided.
Okay, it's coming up.
No protectors here. No
Let's
lanterns.
see. Okay, here we go. Here's our Green Lantern, our ancient Green Lantern. Very neat looking. So, you know, in the Joss Whedon cut, this was the coolest part of the whole movie. Was literally the opening where we saw like a hint of a Green Lantern and all that stuff. But here it looks like we're definitely getting even more of this Green Lantern guy. And he's some sort of monkey looking creature, which is cool. Lots of aliens out there. You know, sector, was it 2817, something like that, 2816, I don't know. The sector of space where Earth is. Anyways, so that's pretty cool. And look, I'll be real, I'm very much hoping to see I am very much hoping to see a Green Lantern, maybe like as the last minute scene he shows up or something. That's what I want from this. I don't know if I'm gonna get that, but the fact that we get a better look at this guy, and look, he's even got like the double logo here, which is something they started doing like in the early to mid 2000s runs. They had like the double logos right there. Pretty cool. But yeah, the other thing, I don't know if I can slow it down to find it exactly. Where was it? I saw that, I saw this. It was in Atlantis, that's what I know. Here, let's we'll start here. See if they'll show it. Okay, this okay, so this is something that's leading me to believe that there's definitely gonna be more to this, because of course this is Darkseid using his Omega beams in Atlantis, which, you know, okay, in my heart I want Darkseid to actually essentially show up and be like the main bad guy for the last tiny bit of the movie. I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure the entire movie is still gonna be Steppenwolf, and it's gonna be a setup for Darkseid to be like the bad guy next time, which may or may not ever happen. So which the only thing I can conclude then is that this sequence here is still like the opening of the movie, and we're actually going to see Darkseid collect the other boxes from Atlantis and Themyscira. That's the only thing I can conclude from this, because I don't know when else in the movie we would see Darkseid in Atlantis. Either way, this is really awesome. So here's my thing about this movie for now, is that, you know, unfortunately it does still look like, for the large part, it's still going to be the same plot. You know, it's still the same story. They're collecting the 3 mother boxes. Steppenwolf wants to merge them together, and then Darkseid's going to be thrown in there every once in a while just to remind you who the real big bad is. And we may or may not ever get a follow-up to this where Darkseid would be the main guy. You know, I'm kind of thinking we will, in some form or another, we will get some kind of follow-up to this. Anyways, that trailer was really cool. It definitely got you know, it gets me excited for the movie. But you know, I feel like I'm still left hoping for things that I know are probably not going to happen. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to look at some of the reactions that people have posted on Twitter. People have already seen the movie. So Steven Weintraub, I'm probably going to mispronounce all of these names. The Snyder Cut is loaded with scenes people haven't seen and are going to love. It is such a better movie than the theatrical cut of Justice League. Night and day difference. Saying that have no idea how this version could ever have been released in theaters. Perfect for HBO Max. Saying that, maybe he said maybe even seeing that, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that seems to be a reoccurring thing. I have read some of these before. You know, look, I'm gonna be honest, saying that it's better than the theatrical cut of Justice League, that's a pretty low bar, because I don't think that theatrical cut was like the worst thing in the world, but it was definitely forgettable. That would be my main term, is like, you see it, you're like, okay, I guess, and then the next day you completely forgot everything about that movie, which is probably even worse than being a bad movie. It's a forgettable movie. You don't remember anything that happened. You're like, it just went through you because it was so generic. But so, you know, you're gonna hear a lot of like, oh, it's better than theatrical cut, which it would be hard to not be better than the theatrical cut. Perry Nemiroff, Zack Snyder's Justice League is the stronger cut by far. Yes, it's long, but most of that 4-hour runtime and material has purpose. The 2017 cut got away with the characters coming together simply because it was a superhero team-up movie. Here, however, it's earned through sincere beats of coming to understand one another, figuring out how to operate as a team, and while conveying that they all had something to fight for. Was utterly fascinating watching the footage include in the 2017 cut become more powerful here. Okay, so yeah, like there is, I think, about 40% of this footage was already in the movie or something like that. You know, maybe it's the other way around, 60%. I don't know. But yeah, no, that's good, because that was definitely another thing where it was like, you know, that in that generic theatrical cut version, they definitely just kind of, they had to come together, so they did. Humberto Gonzalez, Zack Snyder Justice League, does indeed exist. I've seen it 3 times now, and it's freaking awesome. I had an absolute blast watching it each time, and shocked at just how good it actually is and how well it plays. Action-packed, it hits all the beats, and the Junkie XL score is straight fire. Okay, so my other thing about these reactions is that it's pretty clear who is already like sold on it, you know, who was already like a Zack Snyder fanboy and was already down for the project, and the people who kind of just like are waiting to you know, be convinced that this was necessary. So it's kind of funny seeing the different reactions, because the ones who are like super jacked, you can tell they were kind of already sold, they were already fans of this. That doesn't mean the movie's not that good, it just means that, you know, they definitely were already kind of leaning that direction. Jermaine Lucier, Zack Snyder's Justice League, I enjoyed it thoroughly. It's both very different and eerily similar to the original film, with almost all the changes and additions improving the characters and story, better motivations, bigger stakes. It's bloated but superior and worth the wait. So, you know, of course, like I was saying, the thing I'm kind of worried about is the eerily similar thing. I'm afraid that when I sit down for 4 hours to watch this thing, I'm going to walk away saying like, oh, but I already knew almost every single beat of this movie, because I saw a condensed, not as good version of it a couple years ago, and now I'm watching a better version of it, but essentially the same plot. Like, I know this happens, and then Superman gets brought back to life, and then he gets all 3 of the boxes, and then they stop him, and like the similar beats are gonna be hits, even if they're hit in a much better way. That's my main concern. Eric Davis, I can now say that I have watched Zack Snyder's Justice League, and it is far superior to the original theatrical version. And, you know, again, not like exactly a high bar that you gotta pass there, but you know, we kind of all knew, like everyone knew it was gonna be better than that version, right? Rich character development, much better action, a coherent story, and some terrific badass moments. Definitely a long watch, but I never felt tired of it. Well done. The other thing that I keep seeing repeated is the character development, which definitely the 4 hours works for that, you know? Like, we're gonna be able to actually spend more time with this team, so that's good. That's a huge advantage that, you know, the other cut definitely did not have. Mike Ryan, Zack Snyder's Justice League is vastly superior to the mess that came out in 2017. It's now a coherent movie, but it still has a 4-hour long movie about finding magic boxes. It's not for me, but I suspect Snyder fans will be happy. Yeah, so, you know, clearly this Mike Ryan person was someone who was, you know, not already sold on the idea. You know, and they admit that it's not for them, but it, you know, Snyder fans will be happy, which that's something that I've also heard before, is that, like, you know, if you were not already a fan of BVS, if you're not already a fan of Man of Steel and all this stuff, this isn't gonna, like, drastically change your mind. Let's see. Shiraz Faruqi, Zack Snyder Justice League is DC's Lord of the Rings, symbols that epic and grand. Justice League is led by great performances, especially from Ray Fisher, with an amazing score by Junkie XL. And Snyder's eye for directing, Snyder Cut, is every DC fan's dream movie come to life. Okay. And we're just gonna read a couple more of these. Let's see. Rob Keys, I watched Zack Snyder's Justice League last week and made me wish there was a Justice League trilogy and a plan for the larger universe, where this Aquaman and this Wonder Woman sync up with solo movies better, where Cyborg gets his due, etc. It's long, but also too short in that respect. Okay, see, that guy is also part of the other thing that's kind of worrying me here. Just, you know, look, obviously this could all change, but we're walking into the Zack Snyder Cut with the knowledge that, at least as of right now, there's no plans for a Justice League 2. You know, there's no plans to further this yet. Nothing's been greenlit. And the Aquaman movie and the Wonder Woman 1 and 2, they are what they are. And I guess until they say otherwise, they're all canon in some way, shape, or form to this movie. You know, so it is kind of like, you know, it's almost, is it going to take some of the bite out of this? Is it going to take some of the stakes away, knowing that, you know, we're gonna set all this stuff up and it's all gonna seem really great, and then you're gonna be reminded at the end of this movie, oh wait, oh, we're not getting a sequel. We're not gonna follow this up really, because that was it. I don't know. You know, that's it sucks. It's not anyone's fault. Oh, okay, I guess you could say it's WB's fault originally, but at this point, it's not anyone's fault. You know, that's, you know, they're finishing a movie that was supposed to have a follow-up, and then that just didn't happen. Again, that could change. That could change. They could, like, you know, the day after it premieres, they could say, hey, we greenlit a sequel, which would be great. A lot of people would be happy. But as of this recording, that hasn't happened, so it might take away some of the effectiveness of it. Let's see, and we'll just read this last one. Jenna Anderson's Zack Snyder's Justice League is bombastic, ambitious, and so rewarding. It's the kind of cinematic storytelling the team has deserved for decades, and a complex love letter to the legacy of DC Comics as a whole. It's not completely perfect, but the joy that it brought me was. Okay, so pretty much all around, it's positive. Even to the people who were already, like, not fans of this universe, you know, they kind of admit, like, yeah, the fans are gonna love it, and it's definitely a better movie than the last one we got, so that's really good. And, you know, I've made my feelings on this whole universe and Zack Snyder's interpretation of these characters and everything clear in my last video talking about this. You can go watch that to kind of get an idea of where I'm coming at this from. But you know, like I say in that video, I'm gonna walk in with an open mind. I'm gonna accept this as its own universe, its own thing, and you know, every project, every new entry in something is a chance to make another fan. So I might walk away out of this saying, like, you know what, I do want a Justice League 2. You never know. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know how excited you are or are not. Let me know if the trailers or any of these reactions have changed your mind, maybe. And yeah, I'll definitely be giving my reaction on this thing when it drops. I believe it drops Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.